Hello and welcome to English with a Speaker. Have you ever thought about this question? Who is better for learning English? A native teacher or a non-native teacher? Maybe you think the answer is obvious. Of course a native teacher is better. But wait, if that's true, why do millions of students around the world learn English successfully with non-native teachers? And here's another question. Why do some students study with native teachers but still cannot speak confidently? Interesting, right? Today, I want to talk honestly about this topic. And maybe by the end of this video, your opinion will completely change. Let's start with this question. Why do many people prefer native teachers? Well, there are many good reasons. A native teacher grew up with the language. They heard it every day since childhood. So naturally, their pronunciation is usually very natural. Their intonation sounds real. They know everyday expressions. They know how people really speak. For example, textbooks may say, "I'm very tired," but native teachers might say, "I'm exhausted," or "I'm dead tired." A native teacher can expose you to real language, and that's valuable. But here's the important question. Does speaking a language naturally automatically make someone a good teacher? Not necessarily. And this is where things become interesting. Imagine this. You are a beginner, your English level is low, you enter a class. The teacher speaks very fast, uses difficult words, explains grammar naturally, because for them it feels obvious, but you are confused. You feel stressed. You think, maybe I'm stupid. But maybe the problem is not you. Maybe the teacher doesn't simply understand what it feels like to learn English as a second language. And this is where non-native teachers can become extremely powerful. Very powerful. Because they learn the language themselves. They know the pain. They know the confusion. They know why students struggle with grammar, pronunciation, or speaking confidence. They already walked the same road, and sometimes that makes them better guides. Let me ask you a question. Who can teach driving better? Someone who was born inside a car, or someone who learned step by step, made mistakes, improved, and understands learners? Interesting question, right? Many non-native teachers are actually language learning experts. They studied grammar deeply. They understand learning strategies. And more importantly, they can explain difficult ideas in a simple way. Native speakers use grammar correctly, but sometimes they cannot explain why. A non-native teacher often can, and that's a huge advantage. A good non-native teacher becomes proof. Students look at them and say, if my teacher learned English successfully, maybe I can too. So, who is actually a better teacher? A native teacher or a non-native teacher? Honestly, a good teacher is not decided by nationality. The best teacher is the one who understands learners, explains clearly, motivates students, creates confidence, helps students communicate, and truly cares about teaching. That's the real answer. A great teacher is a great teacher, native or non-native. Many students feel insecure about accent. They think, if my teacher is not native, maybe my English will never become good. But English is an international language. People from all around the world speak it. Different accents exist everywhere. Even native teachers have different accents. British, American, Australian, Irish. I think communication is more important than perfection. The goal of language is connection, not showing off. And honestly, some of the best language teachers in the world are non-native teachers. What do you think? Have you had a better experience with native teachers or non-native teachers? Write down in the comments. I really want to read your experiences. And if you enjoyed this video and want more honest conversations about language learning, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.